So guys, thank you all for coming. This is our, I don't know how many classes we've done so far, but it's wonderful to be back here again on Monday morning. And today we've got the lovely Jan Turner from Melbourne. And Jan's going to be taking our class. And Jan is a ballet teacher. She teaches at the Box Hill Ballet School in Victoria. And she's also been teaching Wu Tao for, is it since 2014, I think, Jan, is it?
2004.
2004, sorry, of course, 2004. So well over, 16 years, a long time. And she was in the very first group of teacher trainers that we taught in Melbourne, and she's an absolute gem of a human being. She also does a beautiful Tai Chi and Qigong warm-up, which she's going to share with us today, which is going to be really, really nice. And yeah, I hope you enjoy her class. And yeah, let's get into it, shall we? So breathing in, breathing out, relaxing your body. Relaxing your skin and your muscles and your bones as you exhale. Relaxing your neck and your shoulders. Take some nice deep breaths into your belly. Letting go of any tension in your belly, your solar plexus area as you exhale. And take your breath into your chest, into your heart area. Just softening and relaxing around your heart. And as you're breathing, just becoming aware of any areas of tension. You can scan through your body, just starting at the top of your head, bringing your awareness down, noticing how your shoulders are feeling, dropping your chin slightly if you're sitting, just to release any tension on the back of your neck. And wherever you're noticing any tension, just take your breath into those spaces, relax a little bit more. There's no judgment, just noticing what's going on in your body. And with those deep breaths, we're just starting the process of allowing the chi, the life force energy, to begin to flow again. And now take your awareness to your heart. Take some nice deep breaths into your heart space. And becoming aware of how you're feeling. Are you aware of any strong emotions that are present for you right now? Are there any concerns, conflicts, relationships, anxieties, any fear or grief or anger, frustration? Just nice deep breaths and allowing yourself to become aware of what's beneath the surface. Knowing that this is a place, this class, where you can release, where you can receive exactly what you need to have balance restored. So whatever you notice, just allowing it to be there, there's no judgment. Just coming into that space of allowing things to be as they are. Now bring your awareness to your mind. Take some nice deep breaths. As you exhale, allowing your thoughts to just drift away. So some space can arise in your mind. And if you're aware of any persistent thoughts, just notice, allow them to be there. And just remind yourself, I am not my thoughts. And so with everything that you're aware of going on in your body, in your heart and your mind, just make a decision. Just drop into that place of being open and willing to surrender, to offer that all up to the life force. Just giving everything over so the life force can do its work of restoring balance, of aligning you with the energy that supports all of life here on earth and in every space of the universe. And so whenever you're ready now, we're just going to open our eyes. And I hope you're feeling a little sense of the peace there's a lot of peace waiting for us, and we can just start to open up to that. And I'm going to hand you over to the beautiful Jan.
Thank you.
To take us into the dance. Oh, good, you're on.
Hey, thanks, Michelle.
My pleasure.
That was really beautiful. And as Michelle said, it's all about the flow of chi. Wu Tao is all about the flow of chi in the body, the life force energy. So we're going to start just by some meridian tapping, just to wake up that chi and to stimulate it. So find a space where you can hopefully just move around you. You won't need too much more space. We're going to start by just taking one arm out to the side, doesn't matter which one, and tapping first of all down the soft skin of the arms. So just tapping, can be as gentle as you like, can be as strong as you like, tapping right down to the fingers, then turning the hand over and tapping up the hard skin of the arms. The way up and giving yourself a pat on the back. I'm sure we all deserve that at the moment. Okay, and then the other arm, so starting just from the end of the lung, large chest meridian, and tapping down the soft skin of the arms. Turning over and tapping up the hard skin of the arms and giving yourself a pat on the back. Then going to the eyebrow centre. And just very lightly tapping over the crown of the head. Flipping over, tapping down the back of the head, or as you can, just all around on the base of the skull. And then probably taking your fist is the easiest to reach as high as you can up on the back. And then going down, tapping either side of the spine. All the way down the bladder meridian, down on the buttocks, and then down the back of the legs. Down, right down to the toes, and coming up the front of the legs. Up, very gently, and just giving the kidney meridian, the end of the kidney meridian, a little bit of a massage. Beautiful. And then under the arms, and going down the sides of the body. All the way down the gallbladder meridian, down the sides of the legs, and then coming up the inside of the legs. Now just here, and then just shaking. Shaking, we'll use this as a bit of a warm-up too, so shaking. I'm not sure what the weather's like where you are. In Melbourne, it's cold. It was 6 degrees this morning, and it's very crispy, but it's beautifully sunny. Well, it was beautifully sunny about 2 seconds ago. Okay, so just shaking everything out. Heads, arms, trunk, legs, feet. And as you're shaking, just letting go of anything that feels negative this morning. Just letting it all go. Okay, and just breathing. So what I'm going to do next is some Qigong movements. And these are, again, movements to open up the meridians. And the first one is just with the feet about hip width apart, tap down to the floor, with that nice long spine, so you feel that string coming up, pulling through to the crown of your head. And it's going to start with the arms, with the palms facing back, and just raising the arms, leading up with the wrists, and leading down with the elbows. This is really just to regulate the breath, just to get that breath slowing down a little bit. Beautiful. And setting the rhythm for the rest of the class. So breathing in. And relaxing a little. Each time you breathe in, taking positive thoughts. Each time you breathe out, let go of anything that's negative. So we're going to do a movement called full sun. When we take our arms out to the side, we stretch them all the way up overhead. And then we come down, soften the knees. So again, you do it with the breath. So breathing in. And then breathing out. Then taking the circle the opposite way. So coming up with the palms to the ceiling, stretching up and coming out. This is really nice for the heart meridian. And again, coming up, front, stretching up and out. Now one palm goes down, the other palm goes up. We all know this movement. And separating heaven and earth. And coming down, making that little ball of energy in the centre. Stretching up the other way, looking up towards the hand. And down. Then using the breath, so breathing in. And breathing out. Again, breathing in. Really feeling that stretch right down the front of your body, stomach and spleen meridian. And coming back. And the next movement, the feet are a little bit wider, and we're going to take a big long stretch out. This is 3 movements put together. Big long stretch to the side and stretching over. And as you feel that arm wanting to come down, just pass the other one, and we're going to go around the head as close as you possibly can, brushing your hair at the back and coming down, and then your butterfly. And coming down. So a big stretch to the side, all the way over, reaching up. Then as you feel that arm reaching its limit, just take the other one. It's called Circle the Sun in Qigong. Close to the head as you can. Come down, and then reaching up. A beautiful butterfly. And coming down. Let's do that little sequence again. So reaching over. And for the gallbladder meridian, just stretching to the side, coming down for the heart meridian, and then lung and large intestine. Go, breath in, and just release on the out breath. Last time, so stretching over, and coming up, all the way over, dropping down, coming around as close to the head as you can. And breath in. And out. Now let's push the wing to the corner. So pushing front arm, zip, and coming back to the centre. Pushing with front arm, Center. Push in with the front arm. Center. Last time, breathing out and breathing in. Now, just like you've got an imaginary little ball, and you're going to take that ball, feet up, a bit closer together now. You take that ball, a nice twist for the spine. Look up. This has a lovely name in Qigong. It's called Cow Gazes at the Moon. Stretching up. And coming down. It's kind of like going up a spiral staircase. All the way up. And bringing both arms to the side of your leg. To the outside. This is rainbow. There's lots of rainbows around in people's windows at the moment. Stretching up and over. Big circle, and then bring the other arm down. Beautiful. And then stepping to the side and coming over. Breathe in and breathing out. Breathe in and out. One of my favourite movements is this one where the arms are overhead, right over the crown of the head, and just bending one knee, dancing over the rainbow. And coming up and coming down, looking into the palm of the hand and up. As you come down, breathing in and breath. And in. A pair of meridians we haven't done so far, kidney and bladder. This is called scoop the water. So you think that you've got a cup and you're out somewhere beautiful in nature, lovely spring, and you're taking that cup down into the water, into the pool, lifting it up and taking a drink. Once again, so the weight is all on the back foot, front foot is free, and down you go. Lifting up as you breathe in, and coming back to center. Let's try the other side. So deep breath in, and coming down. All the way down. Pushing up. In. And down. All the way down. Breathe out. Breathe in. And come back to center. And take the arms up overhead. And just loosen the spine. So just very gently letting the body drift down. Be how you want. You can be as gentle with this as you like. You can be as energetic as you like. It can be a gentle breeze. It can be like the Perth weather out there, Michelle. If you want to be coming all the way down. Cross in front of the body. And we're going to go down gradually. You might want to go right to the floor. You might want to rest on your knees. If you are on the floor, just press the hands into the floor or the fingers. And just let the head and shoulder relax for a moment, so let everything loosen and go. And then just very gently rolling up from the base of the spine. It comes last, coming all the way up. Stretching the arms up. And just coming to center with the left hand on top, closing the eyes. And just feel that energy in your body. Feel the chi flowing. Hopefully a little freer now. And just shaking that. Okay, we're going to go from there into the Makaho stretches. It's a very important part of every Wu Tao class is to do these lovely shiatsu stretches. So we'll start standing up. I'll adjust the screen when I go down to the floor, but I think probably most of you know exactly what you're doing anyway. Okay, so the first one is for lung and large intestine, and we're linking the thumbs behind the back. Okay, Make sure as you go down the knees are soft. Take a breath in. Always going to stretch on the out breath. Down your breath. While you're there, breathing, just normally thinking of taking in positive thoughts as you breathe in. Letting go of anything negative you need to on the way out. Keep breathing as you stretch. Whenever you're ready, just drop the arms down and roll gently up the spine. Okay, and then let's link the other thumb, if you can remember. I never can. The one probably that doesn't feel right. Okay, so breathing in. And soften the knees. Down you go, bending forward. Keeping the breath going. Feeling the stretch. And then releasing and letting go. Rolling slowly up through the spine. So that was lung and large intestine for autumn. Our first stance we're going to do in a minute. Okay, and now let's just prepare for the stomach and spleen one by taking the leg forward and taking it behind. Hold on to something if you need to. It's a wall there, that's great. And just stretching the front of your body. And then the other leg, so taking it forward first, just to stretch the back of the leg and the front of the leg. Taking it back. Just feeling that lovely stretch down the stomach and spleen meridians. Now, if you're happy to just do that again, you can just do that again, or we're going to go down onto the floor. I'm just going to adjust the screen a little bit. Okay, so down onto your knees. You probably have your own way of doing this, but just coming down into a kneel and then stretching the front of the body. And this is the other option. Quite a strong stretch down the front of the body. Keeping the breath going. And then releasing. This is your reward, is just to come forward and stretch out into child's pose. Okay. Soles of the feet together. Long spine. And then just reaching out with the arms, heart and small intestine meridians. Breathing. And stretching long to come up. Arms up above the head. Feet flexed. And just coming forward wherever you want to rest on the legs, or if you want to, grab your toes. Lengthen the spine. And then just fold forward. This is kidney and bladder for winter. Take some lovely breaths while you're down there. And slowly stretching up. Crossing the legs, crossing the arms. And triple heater and pericardium, the heart meridians. So again, lengthen the spine first, and then just fold forward gently. aware of the triple heater meridian on the outside of the arms. You pull the arms a little bit away from each other. And changing legs and changing arms, if you can remember. Okay, stretching up tall. And again, folding forward. And coming up, the last one, liver and gallbladder or spring. So taking the legs wherever they feel comfortable. Taking the hand up. And it's a lovely side stretch. So it's not a forward stretch, it's a side stretch. Gallbladder meridian up the sides of the body, and the liver up the inside of the legs. Both giving a good stretch. Stretching the other way. And reaching forward. Just relaxing in that position. Keeping the breath going. And shaking the legs out. Beautiful. Okay. Okay. Make yourselves comfortable for a minute. There's this continual adjusting of the screen, isn't there, so that you can see bits of you and other bits of you. It's crazy. Okay, so we've opened up energy channels. We're ready to dance now. This is the good stuff now. So what I'd like to do today is to do the first 3 dances only. And I'm going to sort of talk a little bit first, then I'm going to do them in a sequence, and then we'll talk again at the end. So we may not stop in between. We may, I'm not sure yet. Okay, but I just want to talk a little bit about the seasons first, because I don't know about you, but during this time of isolation and lockdown, I've never been more aware of the seasons than I have been. I've had time every day, and I'm very fortunate to live near beautiful parklands and wetlands. So every day I've walked for at least an hour down in there, and I've really been aware of autumn like I've never been aware of it before. First of all, watching the growing glory of the autumn colours, and just so many different colours and so beautiful. And then watching the leaves just gradually letting go. Sometimes I've been out on a breezy day and you've seen the leaves fluttering down. And they've almost all gone now, but there's still a few that are hanging on. And it's a bit like us. We let go of things very easily sometimes, but it's hard to let go of some things, just like the trees. But ultimately, the trees are going to let go of all their leaves, because this is the way of nature. And those leaves are going to fall down onto the ground and make this beautiful carpet of leaves, which will gradually sink into the soil, enrich the soil as nature goes into its very necessary time of rest. And there'll be this quiet time, this time of inner contemplation, which is winter. So autumn is that time of releasing and letting go. Winter is that time of inward preparation for spring. And already you can see spring. You can see spring in little buds that are now appearing on the trees. You can see it in bulbs that are starting to sprout all over the place in the garden already. So it's, even in that dark, dark period of winter, there's still the promise of new life to come. And I was actually thinking these thoughts the other morning. My creative time is always sitting up in bed under my cat in the morning. And I had the radio on as well. And as I was writing this and thinking about this, the radio announcer had this lovely quote, and I thought it just really fitted with what I was thinking. Thinking about, you know, winter and it not being the end, but it being the beginning of spring. There's always promise of new life, even in the darkest of times. And this lovely quote, which actually is the French detective Hercule Poirot, the impossible must be possible in spite of all appearances. So I thought that just fitted with what I was actually thinking at the time. So what I'd like to do is go into those three dances now. We're going to start with the air dance with autumn, thinking about releasing that autumn tree, releasing and letting go. Then we'll go into winter, and I'm going to do the standing water dance because it's a lot easier to do on Zoom than lying down on the floor. But if any of you want to lie down on the floor and do the dance that you know, please feel free. If you're doing the standing dance, apologies, Michelle, I think this is the Melbourne version of the water dance because the end has kind of changed a little bit. But that's what it is. And then we'll go into the spring dance, the wood dance. So I'm going to put some music on. If anybody can't hear my music, then please unmute yourself and let me know, because it's nice to dance with music. Okay, let's go. Find your space. Have to do a bit of adjusting of sound here. Sorry, that's a very un-Wu Tao sound, I know. Can you just give me a thumbs up if you can hear the music? Looks good. Okay. And you can hear me, presumably. Yeah? Okay. So pretty much this dance is on the spot. When we start to make a circle, we'll just have to make our own circles today. So just take it in your own space, your own circle. I think this is my favourite bit of all the Wu Tao dances. It just gives you a beautiful time, beautiful space to reflect in. Okay, but let's go. So this is the image of the autumn tree, gradually letting go of its leaves. The breath is all important. It's about the lung and large intestine meridian. So breathing in, and then just feel that lovely release and let go. Okay, let's do it with the music. Arms relaxed, shoulders relaxed, neck relaxed. Soften the knees and breathing in. And breathe in. Next time as you go up, leave the right arm up and take the left one down. arm back, opening the shoulder joint, and other arm, and both arms, and hold there for a moment. Down we go. Want to stretch. And release and let go. Pick up the foot if you want to, or just simply lunge. And bring the foot in, and take the arm over. And other arm. Both arms hold there, and go. Down you go. Release and let go. And it's time to your left. Take the arm over. And make your own little circle. Right arm first. Bring this one back. Face each other. Right arm. Stretch it up. Let go. Release. Right. And to your left. And another arm. Reaching up. And go. And to your left. One tiny step in. And really let everything go. We change our image from the tree to the tiny seed full of potential, waiting to be born deep in the sea. It looked really beautiful, everybody. So just finding a place to stand. So we've all chosen to stand. Just take a moment to turn that focus from the downward feel to the inward feel. Winter, quiet, most yin time of nature. Time to build your dreams for what's to come in the spring. And very gently sway the music starts. Awareness of your center all the time and just swaying. Stepping, curling up to become that tiny seed. And repeating on the other side. And 3 small steps back the other way. And 3 steps. Here's the seaweed floating in the water. Letting the water move you in this part. Over. I'm drawing quarter circle with your right foot. Step into the side and take a long stretch right down the spine. Quarter circle with your left foot. Here's where I start to differ a little bit. Put your right foot down and stretch it. And to the left. Put your left foot down and stretch. And we're going to repeat that twice more. Sorry. Down we go. That was funny. As I was dancing, I saw this on the floor in the lounge room. Must have been the last autumn leaf, I think. So, I'll rescue that. Okay, please have a drink if you need it. Without you, actually. Because we're going to get active now. As you all know, music changes, the mood changes, and this is the restless, strong liver energy of spring. And we're going to be the tree now. So you can just change from the seed. The seed is now growing into this beautiful tree. Let's go. So sending those roots deep into the soil, establishing a beautiful network for the tree. Drawing in energy from the earth into the tree. The minerals and nutrients the tree needs to grow. Draw that energy upwards. Spring energy always moves upwards. Reaching towards the sky as the tree grows. Sending out branches, leaves, maybe flowers out towards the sunlight. Helping fresh green growth in spring. Drawing the energy from the sunlight. As the trees grow even more. Light is the warmth of the sun. again, down towards the roots. Energy from the earth. Through the trunk. Reaching out. Drawing energy in. Get ready to stretch. One arm higher than the other. Just relax it over here and go. And again, stretching. And just relaxing again, go. And big heart. Back to your right. Big circle. Stretch the sides of the body. That meridian. Big circle. And jumping together. There we go. It's time for your left. Way around. 3 steps. Breathing in. Bring the energy down to your hara. Breath in. Feel the energy. Take it down, storing it in the body center. Again, breathing in. Last time, breath in. Breathe out. Storing the energy down there. And then reaching for heaven and earth. Drawing energy from both to your center. And there we go. To your right. Circle. And stretching. Relaxing. All as you can. Always letting everything go. Nice more. And back to the tree. Fully grown, magnificent tree. Okay, have another quick drink if you need it, and then find yourselves somewhere comfortable. Be still for the last few minutes. Well, I've got a few minutes, yes. Okay. Sorry, I live on a railway line, so every now and then the train goes past. Hope you can't hear it too much. Okay, so I hope you all feel invigorated, relaxed, feeling easier to breathe, and feeling good. So I just wanted to finish, and I'm going to read this a little bit because I'm not going to remember after doing 3 dances what I was going to say. So this is another of my thoughts in bed. And I was thinking about the coronavirus. And I was thinking how it's brought heartbreak and hardship to so many people right across the whole world. But as the saying goes, every cloud has a silver lining. And for a while, this was really, really true. The sky once more belonged to the birds. And blue sky was seen in India for the first time in a long time. A friend of mine referred to this time as the Great Pause. And we were discussing this and saying that prior to the pandemic, the world seemed to be heading uncontrollably on a path of self-destruction. Issues like climate change just escalating at an alarming rate. And we were thinking, was this perhaps nature giving us a huge reminder call? And then again, will we heed it? I'd like to think so, but as the world wakes up from its slumber in the last couple of weeks, I'm not so sure. But all we can do as individual inhabitants of this beautiful planet is to make the world a better place. We can contribute to make the world a better place, just each of us in our own way. And now, more than ever, we've actually got this opportunity. And I'd like to finish with a little story. And the story has a prop. Apologies if any of my people have heard this story before, but I don't think so, apart from Josephine, probably. Oh, and somebody else has got an autumn leaf too. That's great. Yes, it's haven't they been gorgeous? This particular leaf, well, it's not this particular leaf, but I've just seen so many of them down in the park lately, always reminds me of a story. And it's something that happened to me many, many years ago. I was walking up to my little studio to start teaching for the afternoon, and for some reason I was feeling very glum and down, and the world seemed to be sitting on my shoulders, and I wasn't feeling good at all. I was walking up towards the door of the studio, and in the distance I saw somebody walking up the median strip that runs down the centre of the road, which runs right up to the door of my studio. And this little girl was walking along with her mother. And suddenly she broke loose from her mother and she came running up to me, straight up to me. I didn't know her, she didn't know me, and she had this leaf in her hand. And she just stood there and she very solemnly handed me this leaf and she said, "This is for you." And I just went, oh my God. It was something I've never, ever forgotten. It was just so beautiful. And it was just such a little gesture. She didn't know who I was, how I felt, what was happening. But just that very simple gesture changed my entire feeling, changed my entire mood. And it's never, ever been forgotten. So sometimes we can do something that seems very small and we can make a huge difference to people's lives. And I've always remembered that little girl. She's probably grown up with children of her own now, but she made such a difference to me that day. So maybe we can all, just in our own small ways, make a difference to this beautiful planet that we live on. And let's hope it improves in the future. Okay, it never goes back to what it really was. Okay, that's it from me, Michelle. So thank you.
Oh, thank you, Jan. That was gorgeous, and a gorgeous story too.
I was able to share that story the other day because it was actually only yesterday. I was down in the park and there was a little boy riding along on his tricycle. He had a huge one of these. And I said to his mother, "That reminds me of a story." And I told her the story and she absolutely loved it.
That's beautiful.
So thank you, and thank you all for being with me. And I think we might just finish. Well, Michelle will finish you properly, finish you off properly. But we might just finish with how I like to finish each class, just by standing up somewhere. And just taking one last stretch up. Joining the palms in prayer position. Taking a bow honour our centre. That place of deep peace within us, always there for us, no matter what. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Jane. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
Thank
those
you.
words of wisdom at the end, very, very profound. Little ripples.
Okay, so I hope I'll see you all in the next class. Michelle, it's such a treat to be able to dance with you.
We need to do it more often.
I know.
I think
West Australia a bit closer.
I'm just flicking through the. I'm trying to unmute Jo Cutler because I can see she's there somewhere. Just to say hi, Jo.
Hi, lovely to see you.
Yeah, lovely to see you. Yeah. Lovely way to say.
I love your leaf, Jo. Oh,
That's Ellen's cat. She loves Wu Tao. She's a Wu Tao cat. She loves dancing amongst my legs. It's really funny.
yes, so does mine. And for the first time ever, she's still asleep on the couch. She slept through the whole thing. Normally she's doing things like chasing my feet, knocking things off the mantelpiece, walking across the screen. So she's probably very naughty, but she's just woken up.
My cat was sitting in the sun over here for nearly all of it, and she just wanted to.
Serve a cat.
Oh, hang on, I'm attached to the.
I loved your dog the other day, Michelle.
Oh, isn't your dog beautiful?
Very
Oh, we're about to go any minute.
She's asleep on the couch now.
She's gone.
She's a piece of sunshine.
Yeah. Well, guys, I hope you take that beautiful energy and that you can feel some more energy now that we've let go and we've built some energy and we've also freed up the chi, because that wood dance is so good for freeing up the chi. So hopefully you're going to leave this class feeling, a little bit more uplifted and positive and ready to do whatever is in front of you today, like your purpose. That's what wood dance really helps with, is aligning you with the life force, aligning with your purpose in life. And what Jan said about it's the little actions that make quite a difference. And so that song, from little things, big things grow. So never forget that even a little thing that you can't see the results of are growing little seeds of beauty and wisdom and inspiring people. So just keep doing whatever you're doing. Just keep doing whatever you're doing and keep your mind on what is important to you. I heard this beautiful saying the other day, which I'll share. It was like, don't go with what was it? Don't fight. It was like, don't fight, and don't go with what you're against. Go with what you're for. So don't worry about fighting anything that's out there, or however it looks, or whatever you think. Go with what you're for. And I took that away. I thought that was a really good thing. No use fighting anything. Yeah. Well, that's it then.
I don't
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jan. Thanks, Michelle.
Guys, thank you, Jane.
Thank you, Jan.
Thank you. And Jo Cutler, good to see you, and Sue, everyone. I hope that was useful to you, Rihanna. Yeah, nice to have you along.
Thank you. That was lovely. I appreciate that. Jan.
Yeah, great. Yeah. Okay, have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful week, you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Thank you.
On Monday.
Take care.
Oh,
See you next Monday. Bye.
yeah,
Bye.
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 Thanks, Janet.
Yeah, thank you, Linda. See you, Margaret.
Bye-bye.
See you, Josephine.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jan.
Thank you.
Yeah.